Good morning. Sorry I'm late today. Little bit of setup difficulty. Uh, I originally wanted to do this from my garden because it would have been a great illustration for today and what I'm talking about. Today I kind of wanted to talk with you guys about cultivating faith and what that might look like. Um, you know, there's this verse in Second Corinthians where Paul says, I walk by faith, not by sight. And I just think that is so critical to where and who we are as Christians today in the midst of this pandemic. So, if you've been with us at Tierra Nueva for a little while, I've been going through a progression of where I came to you guys and said, man, my depression really sucks. And shared with you what I did to work through that through Jesus. And then it went on to anxiety and fear and anger. And so now you all have been on this journey with me as I have crawled out of the darkness and the pain of this pandemic. And I'm back into a place of cultivating faith. So what is it to really cultivate faith, and how do we cultivate faith in the midst of a pandemic when we're in isolation, when we're in quarantine, and we can't usually be with those people that would help us cultivate our faith, or those people that helped tend to our garden when we were unable to. So that's a huge question. For me, I am extremely blessed. I have an amazing wife that helps me see the good parts of me that I don't always see. So I want you to ask yourself, who is it that usually sees the good parts of you that you don't usually see? And how can you enter into conversation with them to help you see that? And two, another way of cultivating faith is, think of the garden analogy. Like, if we just plant a seed in a garden and walk away from it, what then happens if we totally neglect it after that? Sure, it might grow, it might turn into something absolutely beautiful, but it's going to be most likely be surrounded by weeds and grass and unnoticeable to everything that's around it. But if we tend to that seed or that nugget of faith, if we cultivate that land, that garden, it can turn out to be something completely amazing and just exalt Christ to everybody around us. So one example that I have for me is today, prime example, 6 years completely clean and sober. I could have never done it without Jesus and the people around me and cultivating that faith. So don't despair. Don't give up. Don't give in. Continue to work that garden. That is you. Continue to till the soil. Continue to water the seeds. Continue to prune the things that need to be pruned. I think of like a tomato plant and how you got to remove the little suckers and the ones that come out of the shoots that go off like that, and you pull the little ones to help it grow. Sometimes we need to do that too. We are God's garden, and we need to cultivate our faith through Christ and with those around us, because we can't do all of this alone. So, for we walk by faith and not by sight. So I have faith that you are going to cultivate your gardens through Christ, just as I cultivate mine through Christ. And I look forward to sharing pictures, or look forward to sharing Christ's light with all of you and watching you share Christ's light with everybody around you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Blessings.